And now our feature presentation. I really want to get a sound clip of that and start using that as like the transition, like the old VHS intro thingy.
With the THX, like.
I don't know about that.
Well, maybe not that, because George Lucas would probably sue me because, you know, he's hurting for cash. Or just probably regrets selling Star Wars for only $4 billion.
I'll just do the kazoo version. You can't sue us.
Ooh. Good thinking. You can't be sued.
If you use a kazoo.
But,
oh, God. Think of the implications.
Okay. Straighten up. Let's do it.
Back to Earth.
So, obviously, this episode is about the original 1995 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, starring Jason David Frank and the rest
Amy Jo Johnson.
And the rest of the gang. And not Bryan Cranston. But,
we're action boy now.
And definitely not Bill Hader.
Yeah. So, obviously, who hasn't seen this movie? Especially, there's a lot of... we're kind of like... I don't know. We're not really jumping on the bandwagon. We've had this idea for a long time, but... and we love this movie, too. I think...
This is an idea that I've been pushing for a long time. Well, I've been meaning to push.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like I was saying before the episode, you know, Chris Stuckman's done something about this. Cinema Sins... Screen Junkies, they all are chiming in about the original Power Rangers movie.
I love Cinema Sins series. Very interesting. And as for Stuckman and Honest Trailers, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you.
Yeah, like, okay.
I haven't seen the Honest Trailer yet.
Well, it's a similar scenario. They're just ripping on the movie about how bad it is. But what I want to say is, I feel like... I want to know what these people honestly expect from a Power Rangers movie from 1995.
Yeah.
Based off of a kids show, a kids movie based off of a kids show that is also meant to sell toys.
And these are the same people that rip on MacGyver.
Yeah. Like, I just don't really know, like, yes, it's a corny fucking movie, but it's a kids movie from 1995.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys, you know, what other kids movies from the early 90s can you think of that isn't fucking corny and bad by today's standards, you know?
There might be
Do these people also rip on, like, TMNT, for example?
Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, they probably enjoy it.
Okay, there's an example. There's an example of some early '90s movies that are pretty good.
They're pretty good, but are also pretty bad at the same time.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, because I'm not nostalgic at all, they're pretty fucking bad.
I love the first TMNT.
I back TMNT 2, and TMNT 1 is a pretty good movie.
No,
but...
I know you guys like love those. You grew up with those movies. I'm saying like in response to this, where it's like
I smell what you're stepping.
You shit all over Power Rangers, but then you glorify these other things that also have these same fucking flaws, and it pisses me off. And it doesn't really piss me off; it's just mildly annoying.
Yeah,
I'm not angry. I sounded very angry for a second there. Anyway,
yes,
that got awkward.
So there is one thing that I do agree with Chris Stuckman about, is that the first half of the movie is really, really good. Obviously, that's the biggest highlight of the movie, is the intro and the real meat and potatoes of it. It's really setting up Ivan Ooze's character.
I mean, I do think that's funny because I agree, but that also is kind of the beef that you have to have with a movie where it's like the whole point is that it's the Power Rangers, but they lose their powers within, like, you know, right when the bad guy comes in.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, this is like a really crazy, intense film, they should like, you know, whatever.
The thing is too, it's like Power Rangers is used to having the episodes are 30 minutes, right?
Not even like 20 minutes.
Okay, well they're used to blowing their load in 20 minutes. So
every episode is the same thing.
Right. So you translate that onto film, and the first 20-30 minutes of the film is amazing, and then it starts to really start dragging a little bit.
You can say it drags, but as I told Nate,
I mean, it's still. I'm not like.
No. Hear me out. Plot-wise, yeah, it drags.
Yeah.
But you go to that planet, and they get trained by just like one of the most beautiful women ever put to film.
Great scene.
And
Dulcia.
Did you say Zordon?
It really cracks me up though, because even in that, they do put this weird sexual tension between like her and Tommy.
Yeah, like when
Kimberly's like right there.
When she's knocked him down and she's holding the staff to him and he's kind of like. But before we jump in to that far into the movie, let's talk about the fantastic intro of the movie.
Of the skydiving.
The skydiving scene with Red Hot Chili Peppers' only good song that also happens to be a cover.
I was gonna say it's a fucking
yeah, it's obviously a cover, but God, like. You know you're in for a goofy time when the movie opens up with all of them skydiving. Tommy has a fucking snowboard for some reason.
And he says surfs up.
They give him the snowboard because they're like, listen, he's better than the rest.
Yeah, he's cooler than all of these other people.
Which basically just created generations of children playing Power Rangers fighting over who could be Tommy.
Yeah.
And it's always ended up being like the stupid friend that like would clearly never be Tommy.
I'm
not pointing out any names in our friend group, but I think we all know who I'm talking about.
Wait a minute, are you guys talking about me?
No. Lyle
Oh,
Darren.
good.
Lyle Darren.
Okay.
But
he's not gonna listen. I don't give a shit.
yeah.
Oh, Lyle.
But no, or it would create the alternate timeline as you're a kid where the Green Ranger and the White Ranger both exist in your Power Rangers playtime universe.
Oh yeah.
So then two people could be Tommy. But also in the skydiving scene, Tommy's helmet is incredibly small and it like covers like his nose and above. His mouth is clearly underneath his helmet. Everyone else's helmet fits fine, but apparently the prop guy couldn't find a white helmet to fit Jason David Frank's head.
You wouldn't think it, but these things are really fucking rare and white.
But no, obviously they all get their catchphrases, and then we get Bulk and Skull who are there. Bulk and Skull really got shafted in this movie.
Yeah,
they
have some great. When they're on screen, some great moments, and then.
But they're not utilized enough. They're really only in like 3 scenes of the movie.
Aren't they like for a lot of it too? They are like under whatever mind control. They're brainwashed for a lot of the movie, correct?
I don't think so. We just watched it, and I honestly don't remember. Which I guess
Or
could be.
am I thinking of Turbo?
You might be thinking of Turbo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Turbo has
Turbo sucks
Jason and. Turbo does suck dick, except for Divatox, for obvious reasons.
Into the fire.
And Kimberly.
I can't say this on the air, so never mind.
Yeah.
But
don't do it.
Yeah. We're gonna have to Colin Moriarty. You know what I'm
what
saying?
is the deal with the Power Rangers movies having just scantily clad, really sexy women?
It's for the dads.
But it's for the dads. But then, like the TV show, like if they have the same characters, it's like, oh, we gotta change that outfit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, right, and it's like I don't know. I feel like obviously you can get away with more in movies for sure.
Yeah.
But it's
especially back then.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Especially in the '90s, like even though a lot of stuff was heavily censored, like Power Rangers, when you compare it to the Sentai series that it's based off of, even that is like a completely different level of violence. Like in the original Japanese version of the show, you see the Pink Ranger shooting people with her bow, the arrows going in and sticking into the putties. They also use their guns all the fucking time. They're shooting shit. Like that shit doesn't make it into the show.
I love how too, like there were all these complaints, especially like, you know, if you look back at a historical level, Power Rangers got hit hard with these complaints about it being like too violent. And too whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, what do you like? What do people think kids are like? No, this is ridiculous. This is clearly like high fantasy.
Like 99.9% of kids can separate fact from fiction. When seeing violence on screen, and if they can't, I think the parents should be partly to blame. It's not always the case, of course, but I mean, like. People that try to correlate, I don't want to get too political, but people that try to correlate, like,
oh god, whatever Buck says, I don't want to get too political. Things are about to get real political.
Correlate, like violence with violent TV shows and violent video games.
It's a cop out.
What's the percentage, of things that happen like that?
But I mean, especially in such a ridiculous. Power Rangers is such a ridiculous example.
They're seeing a Ranger. Hit a gray-suited man and sparks coming out. He's going to turn into a mass murderer.
People wearing spandex, sparks come out. Like,
yeah.
There's a guy in a pig suit eating all the food.
Yeah, the pig episode. That's
Classic.
food fight.
I used to have that on tape.
I have it on tape. It's right over there.
Amazing.
It's behind some of the tapes.
I
But
like how you're like, I got a title and everything. Like, yeah, food fight. It's right
yeah,
here.
it's right over there. It really is though. But so the Rangers, they get their awesome skydiving scene, and Bulk and Skull, they miss because they're all doing like this charity skydiving event.
Why are there always charity sporting events in the world of Power Rangers?
Especially okay. Angel Grove is such a rich white place that apparently they just have sanctioned skydiving teams for charity.
Yeah, I like that. I did like the Honest Show that brought that up. There's like the '90s, like were so extreme that like every facet of their community has their own skydiving team, like the fire department and Angel Grove High School.
Yeah, so
The fire department. It's not really the firefighters though. That's their full-time position.
yeah, so they all land at the charity event. Everything's all good. You're introduced to the like main character, little kid, who's not really in the movie that much, but he's there. He has a sick Jordan hat.
Yeah, amazing.
But then we cut to Bulk and Skull, who've missed their exit, and have one of the best lines of dialogue when they're floating down and they land, and then the one construction worker's like, "What are you guys doing over here?" And then they're like, "We're the Angel Grove building inspection." "What's that building doing over there?" "It's supposed to be over there." "And why is he not wearing proper foot protection?"
Huh?
Amazing scene.
If I were to make a Power Rangers movie, if it was funded by me, you guys would be Bulk and Skull.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Wait a minute.
I'd be
Which
honored.
one's Bulk and which one's Skull?
Nate's Skull.
It's default.
I'm the fat one.
Yeah.
I'm just
Try to
joking.
pack on. You got to go on the Connor Lindsay diet.
Always
Nothing
hungry.
with chicken.
But yeah, so then it's at that point that the construction workers
Sorry, Bulk.
unearth a mysterious sewer grate, and they think the best idea that they should do
open it.
is fucking.
Let's fucking open it.
What's this weird little fucking thing down here?
There's so many strange decisions that the people of Angel Grove make. Like, that's one. Let's open this crazy thing. And then it's like, we've opened it. There's obviously some nefarious intergalactic egg.
I love that you use the word nefarious.
Okay. So here's what happens. You know,
Wait, please, hold on. There's the intergalactic space egg. Let's have two Rent-A-Cops guard
That's
it
what
while one's asleep.
that's what I'm getting to. So then it's revealed that there's a big fucking purple egg with this menacing claw
Huge chrome claw.
holding it in place, and they get two Rent-A-Cops to guard it overnight. Obviously, that doesn't go well. Rita and Goldar and Lord Zed all show up, and Pig Guy, whatever his name, or Mordant is his name, according to Wikipedia right here.
More dance.
Yes, Mordant.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So they open that up, and then we're introduced to the main baddie of the movie, Ivan Ooze. And you get the terrible fucking part, the CG when he's coming out of the egg, and it's supposed to be like the
I
liquid
thought you were
cop.
supposed to come into the egg.
Oh! Whoa!
But
Sorry.
no, so
Is it getting
you know-
hot in here?
on the box,
Hey, Adrian.
Wrong franchise.
so on the box of the movie, it says that it boasts that the special effects were done by the same team that did Terminator 2, and it's
With a significantly lower budget.
and, yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because like
That's also on
I
the
would love to
box.
see the advertisement, but that just it's like with the same effects team from Terminator 2.
Like, there's a big
no, with a
asterisk.
significantly lower budget.
Like, there's a big asterisk on the big, glaring one on the very bottom in fine print.
so Ivan Ooze pretty much has the liquid cop abilities,
purple.
but it's purple and it's a much lower budget.
And
'Cause
there's just something so charming about that to me. Like, I love that old shitty CGI.
I do get what you mean. But
Like the
in,
PS1 graphics.
yeah, like it's
Beast
super,
Wars
super
graphics.
shitty. But I've always found like any shitty effect to be charming. It's like when you look at like 70s movies where like the blood splats are like clay, and you're not really sure why.
Yeah. the only shitty
Like there's
CG
clay, like the Hills Have Eyes, like the original.
Uh-huh.
Person gets stabbed and it's like claymation blood coming out. I love that.
Right,
But 90s got really cocky with CG.
yeah,
The early-
they were like, see, we're doing it.
I agree with you, Steven, until the
Yes.
Zords at the end of the movie.
Yes.
That is unforgivably fucking terrible. But we'll get to that. So then, Ivan Ooze is summoned, right?
And then he
And
smells the teens.
he smells some teenagers showing up.
with attitude.
No, they don't have attitude in this
No.
movie. They're extraordinary teenagers. The opening narration says,
Yep.
teenagers with extraordinary powers. And
Extraordinary.
Oh shit!
yeah, they don't have attitude
They
anymore.
betrayed what everything I stood for.
They betrayed the bio that is on every single Out of the Basement social media.
And we're all in our late 20s.
But, and so were they.
Early 20s?
Yeah,
In my mind, I'm 40.
I was going to say, we're definitely
Also
all,
not in your 20s?
We're the 20-somethings.
we're definitely in our early 20s. But,
Let's get that clear.
so, the Power Rangers show up. Ivan Ooze dips and leaves a bunch of purple goo dreadlock monsters to fight them. And then we get epic fight scenes
Does
with...
that mean that he reproduces by budding?
I would-
Asexual, yeah.
Yeah, I would
So,
assume
like-
so.
He's like,
Yeah.
Is it osmosis? Not osmosis.
is osmosis?
No, what do they call him? Morphological. He's a morphological being.
Don't they say, it's like they ask the security guards, you seen any morphological beings?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you mean
like this? And it's
morphological? Is that reminds me of a term like transformium.
yeah.
Yes.
Like just completely like
Beats pill.
Yeah, we're the Power Rangers. Oh!
let me get my autograph. Look.
He seriously fucking burns them to a crisp with that line.
Well, he basically points out, like, hey, these guys are fucking lame. like, like, it's like when you're a kid and you say something that you think sounds really cool, but it's, like, really, really fucking lame. That's what, you know.
That's the whole Power Rangers dialogue.
Yeah, I'm a leader, not a follower. Ooh, Lottie fucking da.
Have
Yeah.
a nice trip. See you next fall.
You ooze, you lose. But so we get the epic, the opening
You ooze,
action
you
scene,
lose.
I
where
guess I lose off, you know what I'm saying?
where the Yellow Ranger, she randomly has headlights
Yes.
on her helmet.
And
That's-
then the Red Ranger has, like, the fucking, like, infrared.
That's her.
Scanner.
That's her big movie upgrade. Is
Yeah.
fucking flashlights on her head.
They said, what can we do different for the Yellow Ranger? Let's give her headlights
Yeah.
on her
Ooh.
fucking helmet. Which brought up the point to me, okay, there's the suits, it's implied that, you know, they're like super advanced technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't they have some sort of like night vision or something just
yeah.
built into the visor?
No
Just,
technology.
just built into the visor.
except the red.
Hear me
Ranger.
out, Zordon. You know,
He's on a budget.
he's like, I could only afford the fucking helmets.
You know,
I didn't put it.
It's like, why do they need to be in suits to have powers?
Oh fuck! now you're a businessman at Lionsgate.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So
I'm glad you caught on.
So if they're superheroes already, why wear suits?
Suit up.
shut up. You shut up.
You're fired.
But
Do you think for the next month, anytime any of us has sex, if we hold out a condom, we should say it's morphin time?
yeah.
I'm
do
not
it.
counting on having sex anytime soon.
It's morphin time! And just like awkward.
I'm a
like,
loner.
the
The
awkward
loner's
one.
got to be alone.
There's things about me
moving
you
on.
wouldn't understand. Things you couldn't understand. Things
Why don't you just keep
you
your mouth-
shouldn't understand.
Why don't you just keep your mouth shut about things you don't understand?
But we get an epic action
Yeah.
scene where there's
Poor Nate's just trying to stay on top of it.
there's tons of fighting. I'm the wrangler. I'm always the wrangler. Both
Yes.
podcasts, I just have to sit there with the
At
rope.
least we're not as bad.
That
as,
actually,
Yeah.
as the other
specifically
ones.
the Van Halen rendition, and yes, it is Van Hagar. I'll get past that. That rendition of the Power Rangers theme song as they morph. I'm fucking down.
Did Van Halen do that?
Yeah, Van Hagar, Nate. Van Hagar.
Well, I know it's Van Hagar. It's the 90s.
Yes, but
But-
yes. Yeah, that's Van Halen.
But
Pre Van Halen 3,
Nice.
which we won't talk about.
we get, you know,
For legal reasons.
Kimberly has a new whip that she never uses again in the movie. Billy has a taser that he never uses
That's
again.
I love
also
how they
like
gave
a-
Billy like the
Worst.
worst weapon.
It's bad.
It's a
It's super bad.
it's a real bad weapon. Also,
It's like a string.
Tommy uses Saba And then that's it. They get depowered. It's a classic Power Ranger. They lose their powers. They don't know why.
That is, even in like season finales of Power Rangers, that's every time. That's what fucking happens.
So
they can't raise the stakes. It's just, okay, let's take away their powers.
So Ivan Ooze very easily finds the Zordon's base. He fucks shit up.
No security at that base.
He just walks in, and well, like, wouldn't you want a program like Alpha to maybe kick some ass if it was
But Alpha's a little bitch. You just
He
karate chops him.
I really want to hear what that sounded like.
All right, but
I don't know if I do.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, at least that there's like a last ditch effort. Just like Alpha could fuck shit up if he really needed to, or put a self-destruct.
Yeah,
Self-destruct Alpha.
he's a martyr.
Listen here.
You ooze.
His thumb just comes off. That's like the fucking.
He goes, ay, ay, ay. His voice gets really deep and serious. Yippee, ay, 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 motherfucker. But,
remember the Alpha song at the end? Ay, 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 ay. That's the thing.
At the end of this movie?
Yes, that's in the credits.
Oh, we turned off. We didn't watch the credits.
So you didn't see the coloring book special at the end?
No.
Oh, I have the VHS.
I couldn't find it. I really wanted to find my DVD copy. I couldn't find it because you know how it has Malagor on the villain of. There's certain DVD pressings of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, and I have one of them that has the villain from Turbo on the cover of the original movie.
Do you think they called him Malagor because they couldn't say Malachi?
Maybe. Malagor or Zordon of Eltar.
Yeah, Eltar.
They're just like, It sounds cool, but so the Power Rangers are depowered, and Zordon tells them that they have to go to
now
this.
they're just Rangers.
Yeah,
Park will be in Canada.
Park Rangers.
Eh?
God damn it.
But
God damn yoga horse.
yeah, Zordon's dying. The Power Rangers have to go to the distant planet of Phaedos to receive some sort of ancient power.
Phaedos also looks very similar to Arizona.
It's
and then California in some parts.
Maybe a little bit of Australia thrown in there.
Maybe. The Outback.
But and Ivan learns of this and sends his winged creatures.
Eagle creatures.
Hold on. They have a really dumbass name. Yeah, the Tengu. The Tengu Warriors.
That's what I was. Never mind. I can't say that on air.
Jesus Christ.
Man.
You need to chill.
We're going to cut you off.
But, so.
Oh, boy. There's no way we can film this podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, this would be really funny.
The Tengu Warriors trace the Power Rangers to Phaedos and start attacking them. They're overpowering the Rangers because they don't have any of their special abilities. And then Connor's mega love crush of the 90s.
It really, really was.
Discount Xena.
It really is Discount Xena, but like kind of more scantily clad somehow. But you're in love with Kimberly when you're a kid. I think every 90s kid was just boom, you know what I mean?
Right.
But then all of a sudden you're like, I don't know.
So she saves
Something's about to happen.
She's got some stiff competition.
She saves them with her twirly baton things
that make a whistle.
That make the, like those plastic tubes you had when you were a kid and you could spin them around.
I totally used to do that all the time.
Right. Like, oh, I'm her.
She beats the piss out of a couple of them, and then she's like, eh.
Yeah, and then she's like, all right, fuck these guys. But then it cuts back to Ivan Ooze, and he's in a factory, and his grand scheme.
This is the oddest plot I've ever seen, I think.
His grand scheme is to create some ooze that for some reason has powers to control the parents' mind so he can use them to dig up his Zords that were buried underground.
And then after he's done with them, kill them all.
Yes,
them
mass by suicide. Leap. What do they say, like leap or something like that? They really do. They're
that's almost like the fucking but Leap.
They say something along the lines of like leap off the cliff or something. They're all chanting it, but
It can't be leap off the cliff in its entirety. That's just
no, it's not that clunky. It's something funny, but I just can't think of it in my head right now. But so Ivan gives out all this ooze to the kids for free.
Jesus!
We said
This movie took a dark fucking turn.
We said that we were like the ooze is probably just Ivan Ooze's cum.
He's really Ivan's ooze. It's a bit salty.
thing that I was alluding to earlier as well, like the questionable decisions that are made by parents of Angel Grove, and just the people in general, was when the kid's dad comes home, and he's got the ooze. The ooze is sitting on the table, and he just like smells it. And he's like, better just like, go all
my
in.
fucking hand in there.
And then it just goes all over his kitchen, and
That's
he's
Nate's
possessed.
dad. He's just gonna stick his hand in some ooze.
Yeah.
No, I had Ivan's ooze when I was little, and
They actually did sell it, correct?
yeah, they did sell it.
I had it at disc replay.
Yeah, and I had it, and when I was a kid, I remember this to this day because it was such a fucking distinct moment. I opened it, and the smell was so bad that I literally gagged and threw up.
Like into the ooze?
No, like I didn't throw up into the ooze. Like I was standing in the bathroom over there, and
Into the Ooze would be a great band name.
and I opened it and I threw it up and I just puked everywhere, and then my mom took it back and was like, WTF, like why did my son throw up
man, she
smelling
went
it?
like-
full Carol.
Yeah, full
She's like-
Carol.
It's like this fucking snowflake.
But back on Phaedos, guys.
Wait. Can I just...
Okay,
One
moment.
Ivan's Ooze. When you bought, was it similar to like when they sold like Flubber?
Yeah,
It was like
it was the same
thing.
consistency. The
Okay.
like the fart.
I'm just curious
Stuff.
because I never had it.
Yeah, and it was purple, and I think it came with like maybe an Ivan Ooze toy or something. But Dulcia teaches them about the ninjetti powers that they can receive, and
The Ninjago powers.
the Ninjago powers, and they have to go to this ancient temple to reawaken their powers. For
There's been an awakening.
have you felt it?
And they stay on that planet for so fucking long.
Yeah. So Dulcia, she awakens the Ranger's animal spirit. Aisha's the bear. Billy's a wolf. Rocky is an ape. Kimberly's a crane. Tommy's a falcon, and Adam, of course, is a frog.
And he's pissed about it.
And then there's
at
weird
first.
sexual tension between them.
Well, yeah,
she flips
she
from
shits
Tommy.
it.
She's like, all right, Tommy's spoken for. I got this guy.
She gives him a little smoochy poo. But my main beef with this, okay, the ninja costumes are fucking awesome.
Right. Did you have the action figures as a kid?
Oh yeah,
I still have
Totally.
Rocky to this day. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. If I dug around, I'm sure I could find him because I
only have Tommy.
I'm an action figure hoarder, and I've never gotten rid of any of my toys, even from my childhood. They're just in bins. So
You kind of like it's like they take up so much space, but you don't have the heart to get rid of them.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I would have so much room if I would just let go.
Yeah. Like my collection that I've amassed as an adult, like I could sell any of these at any moment. I wouldn't really feel that bad.
I could
But, like-
easily kill you right now. This ain't shit.
Yeah.
Grow up. Yeah. Forget about it.
But
I'm not getting rid of my toys for nothing.
so then they have to go on their quest to the building thingy mabob,
I'll drink to that.
and back on Earth, Ivan's fucking stupid ass Zords are unleashed on Angel Grove.
Much like what Buck unleashed on us.
Whew.
Yes.
Toxic gas.
And the parents are told to commit suicide at the construction site.
That's actually pretty dark for a kids movie.
Right? It's just like, well, like, you know, they don't word it that way, but you know, you're just like, oh.
But even as a kid, I was like, oh man, they're gonna fucking plunge to their deaths. Especially when you, no, too dark.
I don't know. I don't think I even thought about it as a kid. I was like, oh no, they're gonna walk off a cliff.
Yeah.
Like when I watched it, like when I was little, I didn't think about that. But then like, because I feel like this is one of those movies that you watch when you're like you watch when you're a kid, and then years later you watch it for some reason. You're like, I'm too old for Power Rangers, and you watch the movie, and like you kind of fucking love it.
I remember the first time I watched Mighty Morphin as an adult was when we were at the rabbit hole still, and then I think we just randomly put it in one day. We were all there because we watched it together, and I was like,
Story of your life, bro.
yeah. I was like, damn, what a good time.
Yeah.
What a good time we're having right now.
It's a fun movie,
I
honestly.
missed the rabbit hole.
Me too.
But
He's like, fuck you, you were getting emotional.
I'm not gonna cry.
But so the Rangers, they also make their way to that monolith thing and receive their... I definitely picked that up.
Good.
That was
Steven, not Nate or I.
That's
Yeah.
the Arby's coming back to fight me.
Okay.
Really coming back to fuck up my whole life.
So anyway, wrangling it in, reeling you guys back in.
I want to really.
I've been here.
The Rangers,
Yes.
they fight that awesome animatronic skeleton rock thing, and they're all fighting it. It's such a great scene. I love that scene in the movie when they fight the other like skeletal creatures too. But then they get their powers back, and here's my complaint: they get their powers back and they revert to the the old costumes with the old power coins.
Yes, that's always been my beef.
Like, this is a movie designed to sell toys. Obviously, we all know about the marketing and all of the toys for this movie. Why would they not take the opportunity to give everyone a new suit corresponding with their new animal power as opposed to just reverting back? Granted, the suits, they probably had to spend a lot of money on them because they're like the new upgraded, they have like armor on them. They're way better quality than obviously the TV show suits.
If I'm not mistaken, I feel like all of them actually do get power coin changes, like except Tommy.
Well, Tommy,
But, like,
no, because he's the white tiger and then he turns into the falcon.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know he's like, I'm saying like his coin for whatever reason, I feel like stays pretty much the same. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I have to look.
I wasn't really paying it. Like, me and Steven watched this movie before the podcast.
But
and
his helmet has like the ears on it.
ears?
They're not 3D. They're like painted like the gold makes tiger ears.
I'll have to look because I don't.
The White Ranger's helmet is always done that.
Okay. So, anyways,
But no, I get the beef.
yeah, they get back to Earth and the Rangers are. Go ahead.
No, that part is perhaps my beef, is that they get back to Earth in their suits and it immediately escalates to Megazord time.
And then the other thing is that they don't have their old Zords, they get the new animal Zords. So it's like, what is going on?
And yes. But for me, okay, like yes, I think the Megazord and all that shit, like I always thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But I really like when they're fighting not in the Zords.
I agree.
So
Especially in this movie because the CG for Ivan's Zords and then their Zords, it just looks like a big fuck fest.
Yes.
Like you cannot tell what's going on at all in that in those scenes when they're fighting, and it just looks fucking terrible.
I agree.
But then, Tommy also the most unrealistic shit when the train's about to crash, and then the Falcon Zord swoops in and plants itself and the train rides across it. It's like, oh, you got tracks on the back of that fucking thing? Because I'm pretty sure the train would have still went.
Fuck you.
That's just what happened. Like
the conductor's just like,
no, like
fuck you.
Tommy plants down the Falcon Zord. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna save them all, and then it still just goes.
Well, he could have technically put the wings up,
but he didn't. He doesn't.
Yeah. I know, but I'm saying.
Yeah, he could have done that, but he didn't. So.
JDF's not really the thinking man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! There's a mid-credits scene.
What? Yes, there is. There is.
Okay, we're almost at the end of the movie, guys.
Okay, I do remember that.
Bear with me. So, they all join together to form the ultimate mega fuck Zord, whatever the name.
It looks fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't even.
Big ass fuck robot.
Yeah, so they take Ivan, who's out into space, kick him in the balls, and then he gets.
They do kick him in the fucking balls. That's how they win.
They do.
Or what? Did they knee him in the balls?
Yeah, they knee him in the balls.
It's like how Nate learned how to fight. How I think about it. You little fucking.
Oh no, childhood beef is resurfacing.
But and what is it? Is it Ryan's comet? Yeah, Ryan's comet then hits him while he's flying away in space, and then he blows up.
Why is he blow up?
I don't know.
Ah, damn you!
So he blows up.
Power Rangers! Oh, Puck!
Yeah, he says Puck. Oh, shoot. But, So obviously when he's destroyed, the parents, they're not hypnotized anymore. They all realize what's going on. The Rangers go back to the fucking command center, and the stakes of the movie are completely erased because Alpha's like, oh, it's too late. Zordon's dead. And then they're just like, nah, we got these super awesome powers now. We can do anything if we try.
See, I was assuming that was like supposed to be like they fucking prayed.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it says
don't die, boy.
it says on the Wikipedia article, the Rangers then used the great power to restore Command Center and resurrect Zordon.
That's a hidden way of saying they prayed.
This movie is
They
it.
accepted Jesus Christ.
Let's take a look into the deeper meaning and the allegories behind this movie.
It's pro-theocracy.
The religious undertones.
Even though theocracy is allegorical.
So yeah, and then apparently, in the
It's like, boys.
in the mid-credit scene, Goldar briefly lounges in Zed's throne, being served by Mordant, only to panic when Zed and Rita appear, having been released after Ivan was destroyed. Because yeah, we failed to mention this, but Rita and Zed both get captured in a snow globe.
Snowflakes.
Snowflakes.
Liberal snowflakes.
Yep.
And
I love snow globes.
Yeah, and then Goldar and Mordant serve Ivan throughout the movie. So that's the plot of the movie, guys. This movie's a classic. Let's be honest.
Yep. 100%. Where's the Blu-ray? Apparently it's coming. But let's hurry up.
Two excellent songs at the end of the movie when they're celebrating. You know, the Power Rangers are having their big moment. Everyone's partying, having a good time, and it's playing that. Oh God, what's the other song that plays?
Dream?
No, not the Van Halen song. The one we were dancing to.
Everybody dance now?
Yeah, everybody
I like
dance
like
now.
the one we were dancing to.
Yeah, because
I wonder if it's not the most obvious fucking title of all
shut
time.
the fuck up.
Then we were rave dancing to that.
There's like a 12-minute version of that song.
But
I can't dance that long.
the movie goes full 90s and has the everybody dance now, and then the smooth transition into Dreams by Van Halen.
I thought it ends with Dreams.
Yeah, it does. That's why I said the
okay,
smooth
gotcha.
transition. The smooth one.
And it honestly, like, you can't help but feel kind of good when Dreams starts playing.
Yeah.
This song
Like,
is
let's be
so
real.
fucking corny.
It's so corny, but you're like, I'm down.
And higher and higher.
Fun little fact, to this day, Hagar still performs that song live, but he does an acoustic version. He doesn't hit the high notes because, well, it's been a while, let's be real.
Who fucking cares?
But yeah, so that was the Power Rangers movie, a movie that
I'm Steven, and I'm straight edge, and I listen to the Rolling Stones because I'm so edgy.
I listened to the good Van Halen.
Tell us how you really feel, Connor.
I also actually listen to the good Van Halen. I'm not a Hagar person.
No one is.
I mean,
Sammy Hagar.
seriously, like, who is a fan of Van Hagar? I've never met anyone that goes, I prefer Van Hagar.
But if I was
Van Hagar is really
But
good.
if I was really, really interested in hearing Van Halen's 90s tunes and seeing their original bassist live, I would go see Hagar. But I'm not.
I don't think I would.
Yeah.
Waste of money.
But obviously, the Power Rangers movie, it's a very nostalgic time, and I still really enjoy watching the movie. It's corny as hell, and the ending definitely fucking takes a dip into the just straight up bad territory, but the first, hour or so of the movie I find really enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the suits, the upgraded suits and everything, and all of the action is...
Especially since they decided to keep the visors on.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
There's definitely...
Thank God.
If you Google some pictures online, there was a point in time during this movie, which the new Lionsgate film clearly saw that and thought it was a great idea. But there's a version where they don't have visors on their fucking helmets.
Yeah.
Or the mouthpiece, right? No visor, no mouthpiece, but they still had the helmets on.
It's really weird looking.
It's really fucking weird. There's only one picture or something
It reminds
online.
you of a really lame football team or something.
Yeah. But then obviously in the new Power Rangers movie, every scene that we've seen in the trailers when they're in the Zords, they don't have the face part of the mask. It's like the helmet is there, but their whole face, you can see their whole face, and I'm like,
it looks really bad.
and it looks really fucking dumb.
Just take the helmet off.
Just do it. Just take the helmet off. We don't need the back of the helmet. We don't need the helmet without the visor or the mouthpiece. Just take the helmet off. Especially in the new movie when clearly the suits are like some sort of like possibly like
Synthetic.
Transformium.
Yeah, like they're transformium. But
To my creator.
Connor-
Dies instantly in space.
idiot. I forgot that I get cold in space and my joints froze. So I spent years drifting and now I'm a villain. Transformers 5 in theaters this June.
Starring Sir Anthony Hopkins.
I'm done acting. Ooh, that paycheck.
Can't stop me collecting a paycheck.
But Connor, we've always been gigantic fans of Power Rangers. And especially this movie. I feel like we've at least watched it together a dozen times easily.
I feel like you and I in elementary school probably watched it in school together at one point or another when they combined the classrooms.
Probably, most likely. But Connor, how do you feel about Power Rangers the movie?
I mean, look, if you're looking for like an Oscar-bait film, no, you're not going to find it.
You're gonna find it right here.
If you're looking for Logan, you're not going to find it. That's not the fucking point. It's a movie that I'll probably show my kids.
Yeah.
I'll almost definitely, if I ever have kids, I will show my kids because, like, why wouldn't I?
It's a fun movie.
It's
like,
just fun. Like, yeah, exactly.
I don't get what all of these critics and people, why do they take Power Rangers so seriously?
I'm so sick of with all these friends. I'm so sick of everyone, especially all these critics and YouTube and whatever. I'm so sick of how far everyone's head has gone up their asses.
Like everything has to be like a cinematic masterpiece or it's hot garbage.
And it's like, can you just like fucking chill and have some fucking fun?
Yeah.
For 5 seconds?
Right. Like at the end of the day, this movie is just a lot of fun. Like, yes, it's dumb. Yes, it's corny. But it's also from 1995.
It's also something that like when you're, 3 to 10,
Yeah.
you can have a fuck ton of fun with. And that's the target demographic, which is something that gets completely like...
Especially with Power Rangers fans. We know because we've encountered a lot of rabid Power Rangers fans that take it a little too seriously.
Yeah.
And we're definitely more relaxed Power Rangers
and these
fans.
are the people that like make going to cons like a miserable fucking affair.
Right, because they just can't have any fun. And you talk to them about the Power Rangers movie and they tell you that it's the worst fucking thing on planet Earth, but they love the original series for some reason. Steve, we've never really talked about Power Rangers with you. Do you watched this movie as a kid, I assume?
Oh yeah, I was obsessed with the Power Rangers as a kid. Had a million Power Rangers toys, Megazords. There's even some pictures of me way back in the day dressed up as different Power Rangers for Halloween. I think I did.
You'd be a frog.
I think I did Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, and then the either Black or Gold Ranger from the one with the horns. The guy with the horns.
The Space Knight
from Lost Galaxy?
Yeah. And there's really fun. I remember like he used to do the pose where like his chest would hurt and then he'd put his hand on his heart like with his hand in the air.
That guy like kind of dead?
Yeah, something weird like that. There's a picture of me doing that pose, wearing that costume.
That's
That's
awesome.
fucking funny.
Need to post that somewhere.
He had a cape and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like a knight. I'm pretty sure he's called like the Black Knight or something.
And I watched it.
Starring Martin.
Yes.
I watched every single Power Rangers series from Mighty Morphin to when they first debuted the series with only 3 Rangers. That's when I stopped.
Ninja Storm?
Yeah.
Ninja Storm's great.
I it's like funny because I like Ninja Storm more than I like Dino Thunder, which is like Dino Thunder's like the Return of Tommy,
Right.
but Ninja Storm is a superior series.
Ninja Storm, I remember I was a lapsed Power Rangers fan as a young kid, and then Ninja Storm came out and I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Like, I love ninjas. Because young Nate loved ninjas. And I was like,
Specifically, too, they had like the Thunder Rangers and the Samurai Ranger.
God, the
and
outfits.
The Samurai Ranger, I was like, I like, he had a fucking like amulet. He didn't have a morph, he had a fucking amulet. I was like, that's fucking cool.
The fucking...
Well, anything that came on Fox Kids for me,
Yeah.
I just ate it up. Whatever it was. Beetleborgs. Loved the Beetleborgs. Beast Wars.
Angela Anaconda.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, which, if you're still listening to this, you want to...
Good on you, man.
First off, good on you. Thank you very much. maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll watch the Beetleborgs Metallics movie and do an episode on that.
I'm in. I'm in.
It'll be real bad because that movie's real fucking shitty, but I think it'd be funny.
Man, have we ever watched... We watched Beetleborgs briefly together, right?
Yeah, it was when... It was like a couple years ago on Netflix when they got like the rights to like every like sort of Sentai series, because I remember I forced VR Troopers on you, which I was trying to force VR Troopers on Steven earlier. But yeah, I believe... Oh, you know...
That was when we were a 3-piece band.
Yep, and we'd watch Beetleborgs.
We watched Beetleborgs, because I remember, like, because Em wore the hat, and we were like, oh, dude, she's like the fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
And you were the green one, and I was the...
Exactly. So...
You mean the bee fighters?
Yeah, the bee fighters. Yeah, we watched the original Japanese intro for Beetleborgs.
But, like,
completely
the Beetleborgs
different
have, like,
show.
Infinitely cooler suits, and, like, are just... Like, the show's probably not as good as Power Rangers, but they had way cooler suits.
Yeah.
But I think it's
well, just like, you know, the Forever Red episode of Power Rangers when the villains are literally the fucking Beetleborg costumes. Like, it's not the Beetleborgs, but it's the Beetleborgs costumes.
Beetleborgs is so similar to Power Rangers in formula, but at the same time it's very different, where it can easily distinguish
There's
itself.
a haunted house for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flabber and shit.
Yep.
But anyway, to wrap this up, Steve, your final thoughts on Power Rangers, the movie.
Absolute classic. Can watch it anytime.
Hashtag where's the Blu-ray?
Yep. Well, we know where it is. It's getting made by Fox somewhere.
Yeah, it's registered on Blu-ray.com.
But more importantly, when's it coming out? Sooner the better. But yeah, great movie. I don't think I could give it a rating because I don't think it'd be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a circumstantial movie. Time and a place.
That's the best way to put it. It's a circumstantial.
Time and a place. We all very much so enjoy the original Power Rangers movie. That's going to bring it to the end of this episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I know I'm stoked to be doing podcasting again with you fellas. I missed it. We all have a great conversation about the movies we love here at Out of the Basement. So if you're new, go ahead and subscribe. We've been getting some decent subscribers lately. We're about to hit 60, which is, you know, not a lot, but it's progress nonetheless.
Also, keep an eye out for my spinoff by myself, the Masturbation Podcast.
What the fuck?
Coming this June or July.
Where?
Yeah, we'll see.
Got to cross some T's and dot some I's. But,
yeah, we'll see about
pretty excited about the by myself.
Thanks for the plug, Connor.
Thanks for the plug, Connor. Guys, if you're listening on SoundCloud...
Wait a minute.
Fuck his face. I wish we were filming.
Thanks for listening, fellas. And what the fuck?
Okay. If you're listening on SoundCloud, check us out on YouTube as well. Out of the Basement. We post the podcast there. We also do some other type of content. I haven't done a figure review in a really long time, but I think
figure.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna get back into it with the new Cyclops figure and the Angela figure. Also, I just did like a Blu-ray update last month, which was pretty cool. Gave away some UV codes and such. Really that funny?
And I'm laughing at myself.
Jesus Christ.
I'm laughing at him.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you next time. We love you.
It's been real.